employee and being self-employed, right? You may end up raising children that never have lost, because they may discover by working for you that there's so many more benefits to being self-employed than being somebody else's employee, that maybe they won't want to work for somebody else. One of my favorite deductions, David, is hiring your kids. And you can hire them as young as the age of 6, and it's fabulous. I could talk about this for an hour, and sometimes I do. I have all on conference calls sometimes where I just talk about all the multiple benefits of this.
Speed up on the other 5. We're going to run out of time, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk quickly about business use of your home. That's sometimes called the home office deduction. That's a deduction which used to be risky to take, but now it's become a deduction that's risky to not take. And the reason for that is because there used to be a lot of problems with it. It wasn't well understood. A lot of people lost it in the deduction. Well, Congress fixed it. They fixed everything. There's nothing now that hasn't been fixed about that tax deduction. And this tax deduction now lets you write off a portion of your rent or mortgage, a portion of your utilities, repairs, maintenance, all kinds of home-related expenses turn into tax-deductible business expenses. So 20% of your home is being used for business, 20% of your rent just became tax-deductible. So that's a huge tax deduction that you can only qualify for if you have a home-based business. Personal use of business use of your personal vehicles. When you drive your car to the business meetings and when you run errands that are either business or a combination of business and personal, you get 51 cents a mile deduction. That's the easy way. There are 2 ways you can claim. You can figure the claim, but the easy one is 51 cents a mile. That's not a lot of money. 2 quarters of a penny in the palm of your hand, but times how many miles? AAA says the average American will put 10,000 to 12,000 miles on their car this year. My experience has been that people in a home-based business, about 70 or 80% of their total miles become business miles. So we're talking about around 8,000 business miles. At 51 cents a mile, that's $2,000 that's $4,000 in tax deductions, which means about $1,000 to $1,500 extra cash in your pocket. It's a huge deduction, and you only need.
Wow.
What's that?
I just said that is so awesome. That is so incredible. These things are just wonderful to talk to people about that say they don't have enough money for this or for that or whatever, or they can't afford their products. Every one of these things just fits into the scenario. I just love this.
It does, and if you got somebody that says, "Well, I don't think it's worth bothering to keep logs for my vehicles," here's what you tell them. You tell them when you get in your car next time, push that button on your dashboard that sets your trip record to 0. Put a stack of dollar bills on your passenger seat and start driving. When you see you've driven 2 miles, take one of those dollar bills, throw it out the driver's side window, and watch it blow away in your rearview mirror. Once you see you've driven 2 more miles, throw another dollar bill out your driver's side window, watch it blow away in your rearview mirror. Now do that for as long as you can stand it, and you realize you're literally throwing away about $1 for the tax deductions for every 2 miles you drive. And all you've got to do is write down the answer to 4 questions. What day is it? Where am I going? Why am I going there? And how many miles am I driving? You do that every day for 90 days is all. And the IRS will accept that as full documentation for the entire year. Huge deduction, easy record keeping. Let's see, very quickly, the last few, one is writing off healthcare costs. If you have a home-based business, there's a way you can write off 100% of your out-of-pocket healthcare costs. Most Americans can't do that. First, they've got to file a Schedule A. That's where you get itemized deductions. That's where the write-off is for healthcare costs. And even if you use that, you lose the first 10%. So let's say you make $50,000 a year. 10% of that's $5,000. So the first $5,000 worth of out-of-pocket healthcare costs, you still lose. You only get the amount above that. With a home-based business, you can write off every single penny of your out-of-pocket healthcare costs for your entire family, not just for you, every member of your family. And the last 2 is travel and entertainment. And the only thing significant about those 2 is that they've been clarified dramatically. So even if you travel, if you go to a convention and you go a day or 2 early, you stay a day or 2 late for some fun along with the business, it's now real clear on how you need to construct that trip to make it totally tax deductible. It's real easy to do once you know the rules. Now the rules are clear finally. And business entertainment, it's now been clarified that when you entertain people in your own home, how many of you bring people in your home for business presentations or to celebrate with your team? Entertainment in your own home is 100% deductible. Normally, entertainment is only 50% deductible. In your own home, it's 100%. So those are the top 6. If you just get a working knowledge of those top 6, you've learned enough to put an extra $400, $500, $600 a month cash in your pocket. So now you can stop overpaying your taxes and start keeping most of your own money where it belongs. and use these tools for to help with recruiting, closing, and retention. And we're going to say something more about that in just a minute. I know. I'm going to say one last thing, and that is that it is crucial that you keep records, because there's a law in this country that says that for every tax deduction you claim, you need to be able to prove you qualified for it. So you have to have good records. The law says that. The law does not say keeping good records has to be difficult. So if you go to the website, but David, tell them how they can sign up for CTA. Certified Tax Advantage is the easiest record-keeping system you'll ever find. And with membership in CTA, you also get ongoing tax education that I do on a weekly basis. I think you're signing for that tonight, right, Dan?
Yeah, exactly. You can start qualifying tonight. You can go onto our website, lifeisitcouldbe.com, and onto your site, and there's a place right there where you can sign up for the CTA course and get that ongoing from Ron. And you can imagine how valuable this is. For a few dollars a month, you can have this massively valuable information that can save you thousands and thousands and thousands. And I think it's I hope everybody can visualize how important it is to also get that book now and be able to have this at their fingertips and be able to go through that. I mean, it's made all the difference in me. I mean, I actually went out and got a mileage book for my mileage. I actually went out and just got a simple thing from Office Depot so that I could just put down certain expenditures and so forth. I keep my receipts now. I probably don't spend 3 minutes a day, 4 minutes a day taking care of things, and I know this is going to save me umpteen thousands a year that I was wasting because I wasn't doing just a few simple things like treating my car properly, treating my kids properly, as far as, put them out with a job or something like that, or some of the money I'd give them. Now I'm able to tax deduct it, and give them jobs for some of the money they have and be able to tax deduct it. I mean, these things are just so huge, especially for some of us that are making a few $1,000s a month now in Fango, or tens of thousands a month, or hundreds of thousands a month. This is just huge. And let me just say one other thing, Ron, real quick. If you're not using that video, if you don't know what's on that video and you're not using it, go watch the video on your website and send it to a few people and check out their reaction. It's a great lead video, or it's a great follow-up video, or whatever. And the 6 things Ron just went through, well, we go through there. And Ron, we did that. Just think of everything we accomplished in like 9 minutes. That video is like 9 minutes long. It's like we accomplished an hour worth of stuff on a 9-minute video. It was incredible the way mostly you, but the way we kind of planned that out and put so much into such a little space. And that's why people are so impressed when they get that. And we really appreciate that, Ron. Ron, we're running out of time, and I want everybody to know how important next week's call is going to be. You're going to be on it again, but we're going to treat the call differently, because next week we're going to talk about specifically how this kind of stuff can be used for prospecting, for retention and things. Why don't you elaborate on that a little bit yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to give you step by step how to recruit, close, and retain people without you knowing anything about taxes. Because if you're talking to a prospect about the tax deduction and they ask you, how does this work, and you answer it, what you just told them was you're going to have to learn tax information to be successful in Zango. You don't want that. You want something duplicatable. So I'm going to show you a duplicatable system for interesting cold prospects, for recruiting your warm prospects, for getting the fence sitters off the fence to make a decision, for retaining the people who are in your on your team who are thinking about maybe not maybe dropping out, and even a way that I call it reviving the dead, where that you can go to people who are technically still distributors, still your downline, but they haven't done anything for a while. And what can you say to those people? What can you give them? What process can you use to make them say, I want to get active again? And that's what we're going to talk about next week. Specifics. We're not talking about airy-fairy stuff. This is nuts and bolts specifics.
So what we're going to do is just help arm everybody with another bullet, with another tool in the arsenal. sometimes I'll lead with this kind of information when I see that the prospect needs it. Other times I use it as a follow-up, as a drip, part of my drip system. You know, they didn't react to that video, or they didn't react to that video or something, so all of a sudden I send them Ron's video and then follow up with that, and sometimes that's the one that does the trick. What this does is this just gives you another bullet, you know, another tool in your arsenal that can make a difference with certain people, and knowing how to use that and when to use that can be so critical. So, and that's what we're going to talk about next week, is when and where it might be good to use this tool and have a little bit of information and have some good verbiage on being able to use this tool. So that'll be our aim next week, what I consider to be a really, really important webinar next week, and especially during this critical time of the year. So bring your friends and bring your organizations, your downlines, uplines, crosslines to the call next week, because I think it'll be a lot of fun and tremendously interesting. And go on to Ron's website and get that book for yourself. It's I have it, and I got yellow underlined. I got it yellowed all over the place. I've been doing the magic marking in it all over the place, Ron. It's been so helpful to me. For a dummy like me, I can't even tell you how incredible that book has been for me, and how it's going to change my life. I appreciate it so much. Ron, we're kind of out of time. We're out of time here. Why don't you say goodbye to the folks, okay?
Great. Thanks. And let me give you the website one more time if you're learning more about it. It's
give it one more time, please.
homebusinesstaxsavings.com. Also, lots of free downloads there in the Resource Center, so check out the Resource Center.
Yeah, go to that and look it over, and you'll be happy you did. And Ron, we'll see you next week. Just for your information, Ron, this is, I think, one of the 5 largest calls we've ever had. And I think, and I bet you anything, because of the way this went, what's going to happen, I wouldn't be surprised that next week's call will be the largest we've ever had. So I congratulate you. This is important stuff, and we'll talk to you next week, Ron. And thanks for being our guest.
This is part A. Don't let anybody miss part B.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. Thanks for being on the line, and this is going to be in the archives, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Thanks, Seth.